It's one thing to desire wealth. It's another thing to achieve it. It's one thing to work for money. It's another thing to make money work for you. To take your finances to the next level, you need someone to show you the ropes. At United Capital PLC, we provide you with the support you need to achieve your financial goals. Whether it's capital raising, trustee services, stock trading, mutual funds, or loans, our seasoned financial advisors are available to help you make the best investment decisions. For more information on our services, go to www.unitedcapitalplcgroup.com or visit us at any of our offices in Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Kano, Kaduna, Warri, Onitsha, Ibadan, and Ghana. United Capital PLC, the intelligent choice.
Driving Lagos. Simple rules for driving safely around Lagos. Did you know that regulatory signs are mostly circular in shape and are of two types? Those with blue circles but no red border are mandatory signs. They give positive instructions and are regulatory signs.
This is Lagos.
Money Minute with United Capital PLC on Smooth 98.1.
We're not stopping our investments anywhere else in Nigeria.
United Capital PLC, the intelligent choice.
Smooth 98.1, love music, love life. Welcome to Unite Money Minute with United Capital. Now, this show is dedicated to helping you manage your personal finance as well as make informed financial decisions and ultimately navigate your way to financial freedom. Now, isn't that the dream? I've got a special guest with me in the studio. His name is Abideen Alade. He's the head trader at United Capital Securities Limited. And today, we're speaking about stock trading 101, why you should invest in stocks. You can be a part of the conversation. If you've got any questions or any comments, please send them to us via WhatsApp. The number is 0809 444 0981. Of course, you could tweet at Smooth981. Well, let's get into it. Hello, Abideen. Welcome.
Hello, Zibi. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. And how are you?
Very well.
And can I say, I absolutely love your name.
Thank you.
First time I'm ever hearing it.
That's cool.
Yes. All right. So let's dive straight into the conversation. Now, the beautiful thing is every other day we have new listeners joining us on Smooth. And for those who have joined us for the first time today, can you tell us or tell them about United Capital PLC?
Okay, thank you very much, Zibi. United Capital PLC is a leading investment bank and financial services company. Business cut across asset management, investment banking, trusteeship, securities trading, wealth management, and consumer finance. We have offices in Lagos, Ibadan, Abuja, Kaduna, Kano, Port Harcourt, Onitsha, and Warri in Nigeria, while we also cover other neighboring African countries from our office in Ghana.
Wow, so you're literally north, south, east, west. Okay. Can we talk a little bit about securities as a business?
Okay, so we are into the business of facilitating the buying and selling of shares and other financial instruments like bonds, ETFs, and mutual funds on behalf of our universe of clients.
All right, so let's get into it for today. In very simple terms, ABC terms really, what is stock trading?
So stock trading is basically buying and selling shares of quoted companies on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. So simply put, you are buying an ownership interest in a company that allows you to enjoy benefit of such investments, like dividends. So in layman's terms, we call that like a profit sharing, and an occasional allotment of additional shares to existing shareholders for free, which we call bonus issues, and also capital appreciation. That is, steady or continuous growth of that company on the back of good financial performance and steady growth.
All right. So when you're buying stocks in a company, so that basically makes you part of it in some way?
Yes. You also, so another fun part about securities trading is the fact that you can look at it from this angle, that you're buying a piece in a company, which indirectly makes everyone that works in that company also work for you.
Wow, I like that. All right, so some people have the impression that when it comes to stock trading, it's something that is very complex, and in some way it's reserved for some gurus, the specialists when it comes to finance. What do you think about that?
So believe me, ZB is just one of those market myths out there that's far from reality. You don't need to be a financial guru to trade equities. So one of the basic rules for trading in any commodity, right, is that you want to buy when all available information indicates that they are trading at a very cheap valuation, and to sell when the price of those commodities when they trend up. This basically applies to trading equities as well. More so at United Capital Security, we have group of research team, made up of seasoned professionals whose job it is to analyze these quoted companies vis-a-vis the operating environment and ensure that they are furnishing our universe of clients with all necessary information that they need to have when it comes to buying and selling, just to ensure that they are taking an informed decision.
So, I've always wondered about this, and I know I'm not alone with this, but how exactly can a person make money from these stocks?
Okay, so I mentioned earlier on that, like every other commodity trading, you want to buy when these quality assets, the emphasis on quality, and quality assets are cheap and sell when they are high. So, peradventure, you make money from capital appreciation. Secondly, I also mentioned dividend payments that in layman's term you can call profit sharing, which most of these companies do once a year. At times, some even do it twice a year. Thirdly, you get these occasional additional allotment for shares for free that we call the bonus issues. So these are ways that you benefit from trading in equities on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange.
We've got a message coming through on WhatsApp. This says, good evening. What makes prices of stocks increase or decrease?
Positive information. So when a company delights the market in terms of publishing good numbers, accompanied with good corporate actions in terms of the profit sharing I talked about, the market tends to react by appreciating that particular company more, which tend to lead to higher valuation.
Right. Okay. So I have to share a personal experience because I've seen stock trading and how it's represented in some movies. There was a movie called The Wolf of Wall Street. Right. And the stocks trading there seemed to be rather physical. People were shouting and yelling on the phone. The bells were ringing. Kind of seemed chaotic, really. So, I'm hoping that the world has moved beyond that sort of scene, right?
Definitely. Stock trading over the world has evolved past what you just described now. We call that an open outcry method of trading. Everything is now completely computerized. Now, from the comfort of your home and office, you could, open a stockbroking account, fund that account, execute your trade without any intervention from anywhere in the world where there's internet service. So gone are the days when you need to go to your post office to pick up your dividend warrant or physically visit your stockbroker to place a sales and a purchase mandate or even get paid for previous sales orders. Everything now is completely seamless in such a way that your dividend gets paid, your dividend and proceeds of sales get paid directly into your registered bank account. It's that seamless. And just to add that all over the world, securities trading is now well regulated to ensure safety of shareholders' investments.
All right. I've got another message from WhatsApp. This says, Good evening, and it's from James Yaba. He says, what are some factors to consider when buying stocks?
Good one from James. Firstly, you want to look at the fundamentals of that company. So I've mentioned dividend payments. I've mentioned bonus issues. I've mentioned capital appreciation. All these happens to companies who has good fundamentals. And you can check this because all these informations are in the public domain. You want to ensure that historically, this company that you want to invest in has an history for doing well, for paying good dividend, and for, having the sort of management that the public also trust in when it comes to corporate governance, because that also, dictates how the perception around the company when it comes to, shareholders appreciating their valuation.
Okay, I've got another message, and I'm just going to scroll down to get this. Okay, good evening. You earlier said you buy and you sell. How do you know when to sell? And that's from Ada.
Okay, so at United Capital, like I mentioned, what our research team does when they analyze these companies, they break it down in such a way that a layman could understand, and which means we tend to, when we issue our stock recommendation, we tend to, attach, likely entry prices and likely exit prices. So it's just a matter of keeping, be disciplined enough to keep around those guidance. I've had instances where you tell clients that at a particular level, this stock is good to sell, and they're thinking because probably that said stock had moved 2 consecutive days, they feel the market just moves that way, and they're saying, are you sure it can still gain a little bit more? And before they know it, the price retracts a bit. So you get to know from if you have a stockbroking firm that has a good research team, they tend to let you know where they think a company share should be valued.
All right, we're speaking with Abideen Alade. He's the head trader at United Capital Securities Limited, and this is Money Minute with United Capital. So, Abideen, I'm going to ask you this. There's so many different forms of investments. Why do you think a person should choose to trade in stocks against all the others?
Okay, thank you, Zebi. For one, it gives you the potential to beat inflation, right? So, as at the end of May, inflation levels in Nigeria printed at 17.71%. As we speak, no money market instruments or mutual fund is even returning close to 10%. Right. So secondly, it's less capital intensive, which means with as little as 5,000 naira or 10,000 naira, you can start building an equity portfolio today and grow your investments over time. The third one is the fact that equity investments is very, very liquid. So if you decide during the trading day today that you need money, you can sell from your portfolio and get the proceeds of that sales, let's say in the next 3 working days. And lastly, like I mentioned, I usually tell my audiences, the periodic dividend payment that you get on your equity investment, they're more or less free money. Zibi, who doesn't like free money? My
hands are up. Okay, so and these are all services that you actually offer at United Capital?
Sure. United Capital Securities is one of the leading stockbroking firm on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And apart from facilitating the buying and selling of shares, we also help our universe of clients to get other financial instruments as well, like bonds, I mentioned earlier on, mutual fund, and ETFs. Aside this, we also help clients trace and retrieve their outstanding shareholding and dividend through one of our products that we call UTrace. We give insights into the market through our research reports. We have weekly stock recommendation, we have daily price lists, we have daily market view as well. And to cap it up, Zebi, all these are underpinned by technology and quality customer experience.
Right. So for someone who wants to get started right now, how do they go about it?
Please just visit investnow.ng.com or you download the InvestNow app on the Google Play Station or iOS Play Station to open a brokerage account, and you are all and well to get started.
All right. So the app is InvestNow.
Invest Now.
Okay, the Invest Now app. All right. Well, this has been a very interesting conversation, I would say. Thank you. And I really like that. You called it U-Trace, right?
Yes, U-Trace.
Yeah, I might need some service. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Abideen Alade, for joining us. Abideen is the head trader, United Capital Securities Limited. Now, we've got a few more questions coming through, but unfortunately, we're out of time and we can't take all the questions right now. What you can do is send your questions via Twitter. Just tag at United Cap. Also, use the hashtag Money Minutes with UCAP, and that would ensure that the right team would get your questions and contact you and give you the answers that you need. So do you have any final words, Abideen?
Yeah, thank you very much, Zibi. I know this might sound reductive, but when it comes to legitimate investment, I would just like to reiterate to our listeners that there is no get-rich-quick investments anywhere out there. Let's all be very, very vigilant when it comes to our investment choices to avoid being scammed. Thank you all for listening.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Abideen. Don't forget, you can keep up with United Capital on Twitter. It's at United Cap, and on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, it's United Capital PLC. That's it for Money Minute with United Capital.
Money Minute with United Capital PLC. United Capital PLC, the intelligent choice.
Love music. Smooth. 98.1.
Making money? That can be hard. Saving money? That can be harder. But investing your money, that should be a breeze. At United Capital PLC, ease and accessibility are our watchwords. Our investment solutions are tailor-made to help you grow your wealth. With our Invest Now platform, you can invest in Naira and dollar-denominated mutual funds, stocks, trusts, and even access loans, all from the comfort of your mobile phone. To get started, visit www.investnow.ng. Download the Invest Now app from Play Store or App Store. United Capital PLC, the intelligent choice.